Guys, let me tell you, this administration is a clown show. Okay? They're a clown show. They spent the last year telling the American people that President Trump was the worst possible person ever to lead us through a pandemic. Okay? That's what they said. Everything the president did was wrong. Okay? The vaccine was wrong. You know, his stance on masks was wrong. His travel bans was wrong. Okay? Everything was wrong. Right? Now, we already know when it comes to the vaccine thing that the Biden administration has basically come out and said, well, when it comes to the vaccines, not only did President Trump hit our goal, but they exceeded our goal. Okay? A goal that Biden did not think was possible, which was 100 million vaccinations within 100 days. When Biden got in office, I think the Trump administration, they was administrating 1.6 million vaccines a day. Okay? So that's on pace to exceed Joe Biden's goal. So Joe Biden gets in office and he's like, dag, well, Trump did so well, we kind of afraid to even up our goal. Right? And the media barely calls him out on that. Right? He even though Biden's basically admitting that Trump did a great job on the vaccine. Okay? And then when it comes to the mask, Biden gets in office and he gives this toothless mask mandate for masks on federal property that he didn't even follow himself. Okay? And then lo and behold, when it came to the racist, xenophobic travel bans that Trump put in place, according to the mainstream media, according to Joe Biden, those travel bans that Trump put in place, right, were not led by science. I mean, let's take a look at Joe Biden, what he said back in February. He said, we're in the midst of a crisis with the coronavirus. We need to lead the way with science, not Donald Trump's record of hysteria, xenophobia, and fear-mongering. He is the worst possible person to lead our country through a global pandemic. This is what Joe Biden said, okay? And keep in mind, guys, this was literally the day after Trump's travel bans from China took place due to the coronavirus. Trump put in a travel ban from China due to corona. But Trump was not listed to the science, okay? He wasn't listed to the science. He was just being a xenophobe. Not the science, xenophobe. Oh, man, you can't make this shit up. And then on March 18th, again, deeper into the pandemic, he says, stop the xenophobic fear-mongering. Be honest. Take responsibility. Do your job. Okay? This is what Biden said. Again, he's referencing the travel bans, right? They called the president a xenophobe for issuing travel bans. Okay? So now Biden's White House press secretary, Jen Psaki, which, by the way, you know, guys, I don't know about you guys, but I'm really missing Kayleigh McEnany because this new press secretary, she's just not getting it done, right? There's nothing impressive about her. She's just not great. Okay, she's boring. I'm really not feeling her too much. Okay, but unsurprisingly to us that's been paying attention, Biden comes out and severely reverses his stance on travel bans. Take a look.
First, today, the president will sign a presidential proclamation to reduce the spread of COVID-19 through travel, especially as we see faster spreading variants emerging across the world. This proclamation is part of the Biden administration's whole of government decisive and science-driven response to the COVID-19 pandemic.
Wait. Hold on, I gotta stop you though. I thought that travel bans were not based in science. According to Joe Biden, travel bans were based in xenophobia. Come on. I'm not lying here. Ain't this what Biden said? This is what Biden said. Biden said, we're in the midst of a crisis with the coronavirus. We need to lead the way with science, not Donald Trump's record of hysteria, xenophobia, and fear-mongering. Okay? Like, this is what Biden said. Now, all of a sudden, the travel bans are based on science, not xenophobia anymore.
Advice of our administration's medical and COVID team, President Biden has decided to maintain the restrictions previously in place for the European Schengen area, the United Kingdom, Republic of Ireland, and Brazil. with the
keep the remaining restrictions in place, okay? So again, these came during the Trump administration. The same travel bans that was xenophobic, right? They're keeping it in place because of science now. All of a sudden, xenophobia has transformed into science under the Biden administration.
The pandemic worsening and more contagious variants spreading, this isn't the time to be lifting restrictions on international travel. And in light of the contagious variant, B1351, South Africa has been added to the restricted list.
Oh, hey, hold on now. South Africa, ain't that a black country? How is Joe Biden not racist? He is banning travel from a black country. Joe Biden must be a racist. Well, at the very least, I already knew Joe Biden was a racist. Not just necessarily for that, but for some things that he said and done in the past. I had a strong feeling that Biden might have been a racist. And this solidifies it based off his own words. Okay? Biden's banning travel from an African country. He must be a racist. This is the same argument that the liberals used for years against Donald Trump. Okay? They said that because he put in a ban from certain, Muslim majority countries, he must be a racist. He must be a xenophobe. Okay? Well, Biden's putting a ban from South Africa, okay, which is a majority black country. He must be a racist. Okay? It's an African country. Plus all these other countries that he's banning travel from. So, I don't know, man. Y'all tell me. I'm just using the same arguments that Biden and the leftists use. Maybe I could be having this confused. Maybe I'm missing something.
Additionally, beginning tomorrow, international travelers to the United States must provide proof of a negative test within 3 days of travel to airlines prior to departure. The president is taking these steps on the advice of his COVID-19 and medical team. And we're already working as a real partner to the states to address their needs to vaccinate the public. This weekend, West Virginia asked the Biden administration for assistance at an understaffed vaccine distribution center. At the president's direction, FEMA was deployed to help support the vaccination site. This comes as part of the president's order last week that directs FEMA to stand up vaccination centers and support states' vaccination efforts.
Ain't that amazing? Ain't that amazing? And see, guys, there was people like this guy, Trevor Noah. I'm not even going to play the clip because I don't want to get a copyright thing. But this guy did a whole segment about how racist and xenophobic Trump's travel bans were. Okay? And guys, this segment that Trevor Noah did was done on January 31st, the same day that Trump's ban from China was implemented. So we know what this is a response to. It's a direct response to the coronavirus travel restrictions that President Trump had put in place and was considering for some other places as well. Okay? And again, these guys, the liberal media, the first thing they want to do is frame it as racist and xenophobic. Now, a year later, from this exact same segment, Biden does basically the same thing. And I wonder, is clowns like Trevor Noah going to come back and apologize to Trump and walk back segments like this, where they basically call the president racist and xenophobic for no reason? I mean, Biden is basically requiring people to have a negative test before they even come in the country now. Okay, and he's banned travel from places all across the world with black and brown people, right? We know now South Africa. So, I mean, is it fair for me to say that Joe Biden is targeting brown people and black people now? Of course not. Of course not. Of course it's not fair for me to say that. But under Trump, it's fair for them to say that because it's Trump. Anything Trump does to these guys is by definition bad. Anything Biden does is by definition good. Science be damned. Okay? Science be damned. So, again, just more liberal hypocrisy here. Let me know what you guys think. Is Joe Biden a xenophobe for implementing these new travel bans? Let me know in the comment section. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a black conservative perspective. Peace.